Okay, today we are going to put our multiplication strategies to use by looking at some word problems. You're going to be able to choose a strategy that's the best fit for you. I'm going to model this problem a couple different ways so that you have a review of the strategies, but you can also look at the reference slide on this presentation where it links the different videos from previous lessons in case you need a quick review. Okay, so let's take a look at our problem. It says, in the 2010 Great Backyard Bird Count, an average of 42 bald eagles were counted in each of 20 locations throughout Alaska. In 2009, an average of 32 bald eagles were counted in each of the 26 locations in Alaska. Based on this data, how many more bald eagles were counted in 2010 than 2009? So let's read this again on our own, and let's start to formulate a plan, thinking about what is the question asking, how would I use the information to answer that question? All right, go ahead. So I'm looking at my question, it's asking me how many more bald eagles were counted in 2010 than in 2009. So I'm thinking that I first need to figure out how many bald eagles were counted in 2010 and how many total bald eagles were counted in 2009, and then compare those two values. So let's start with that. So in 2010, I see that there were 42 bald eagles in 20 locations. So I'm going to solve this. I'm actually going to do partial products with this. I can solve this pretty easily because I'm looking at the number 20, and I know that 20 is the same as 2 tens. So I can just double 42, and that's how many tens I'll have. So thinking about this, 42 times my 2 tens here times 20. Well, I know that that is 84 tens. I don't have to solve anything else because I was able to use that 2 tens, that 20, to come up with an answer. So I have 840. And what I should have done, I'm going to do it now, I should have made a quick estimate because I'm looking at the answer thinking, is that reasonable? I don't know, I didn't make an estimate. So let's do that. Sometimes you'll forget, and it's important just to go back and make that estimate to know if your answer is reasonable. So I'm looking at my numbers 42 and 20. So I'm going to round 42 to 40 for my estimate. So 40 times 20, my answer should be close to 800. It is, great. I'm going to keep on going. So in 2009, I need to find the total number of bald eagles. I'm going to make my estimate first, and I see 32 bald eagles in 26 locations. So I'm going to round 32 to 30. I'm going to round 26 to 30, and I get 900. Okay, so now we're going to do 32 times 26. Do that over here. I'm actually going to solve this one with the standard algorithm. So 6 ones times 2 ones, that equals 12, which means I have 2 ones and 1 10. 6 ones times 30, or times 3 tens, is 18 tens, but I have to add that last one, so 19, which is 192. Now I'm going to do 2 tens times 2, right? 20 times 2, which is 40. And then I'm going to do 20 times 30. Well, let's see. 20 times 3 tens would be 60 tens, which would be 600. So if I put my 6 in the hundreds place, it means 600. Add these together, and I get 832. Now, it's not super close to 900, but I know it's reasonable, okay? So I'm going to label this. It's important to keep neat notes here. That's 2010. This is 2009. So now looking back at my question, I need to know how many more bald eagles were counted in 2010 than in 2009. So I have 840 bald eagles in Alaska in 2010. In 2009, I have 832. I know to compare these, I'm going to subtract. The most efficient strategy is not for me to regroup. I can look at these two numbers and know that 832 is 8 less than 840.
I was able to do that because the value in the hundreds place is the same. And looking at 40 versus 32, I know 8 more would make 40. So my final answer is 8 more equals